Hi, I'm Izzy and I'm joined with Kim today, who I actually met at my old school when I went in to do a talk a few years ago. So I've been supporting her on her journey through apprenticeships, and I'm really happy to have her on the sofa today talking about her experience. Okay, so Kim, tell me about your careers advisor and how your experience of telling your school you were doing an apprenticeship was.
I actually feel like I was very lucky. I felt like I got a lot of support from my career advisor. So typically she would read my cover letter, she would read my CV, she would help me do practice interviews, and she was overall very encouraging of me doing apprenticeships. She would even go out of her way to research apprenticeships in finance, which I really appreciated. So I feel like from my career advisor, I actually got a lot of help. I feel like I was really lucky.
And did she support you with kind of interview prep, like how you did your CV?
Yeah, she did. So, like I said, she did look over my CV. She would give me points like it was too long or maybe the format wasn't right. And then when it came to practice interviews, she would always help me. Like a few of the questions I always struggled with was tell me about myself.
Yeah.
So I'd have to go over it with her. She would give me tips and pointers, what to highlight and what not to highlight. And she was overall just a really good influence during my apprenticeship journey.
Amazing. And do you find that the kind of process at your school, were you having to go to the careers advisor or were they kind of proactive in coming to you?
I feel like most of the time I had to go to the careers advisor. However,
Okay.
once it was notified that I was really interested, she would come to me a lot of the
Yeah.
time saying, oh, okay, I found an opening. Or in my school, we had like a group chat just for apprentices on Google Classroom. So a lot of the time she would like post different apprenticeships. Obviously, not all of them would be helpful to me because people want to do different things. But I feel like she was very proactive in general.
Amazing. And I think that's really positive and I think it's really important to raise that you were going to her because sometimes you do have to be proactive like that.
Yeah.
So I think that's really, really key. And I know you go to a grammar school. Could you tell us what your predicted grades are and how you found the school have reacted to that, and because they're so great and you're wanting to do an apprenticeship?
Yeah, so I was predicted A star AA. I feel like in general the school was okay with me doing apprenticeships. However, there were some individual teachers that were just very much like, why would you go to do an apprenticeship when you've got the grades and you're being accepted by Russell Group universities? Why would you still want to do an apprenticeship? And even when I did get an apprenticeship, when I told a few teachers sometimes, I got this reaction of, oh, you're going to a Russell Group university whilst in the apprenticeship. That's amazing. And that was the part they focused on, which it's okay. I just ignored them.
Yeah.
But
Too right.
I just feel like in general, once again, I feel like my school was very supportive. It was just individual teachers.
Yeah.
Just want us.
And I think that's also really important that you are still going to university. You're just not paying for it and you're doing it in a bit of a different way. So I think it's really great that the teachers have highlighted that as well. Okay, so we've covered the schools and the teachers. Now tell me a bit about your parents' reaction, because I know maybe it wasn't as positive at first. So yeah, tell us how that went down when you told your parents about your aspirations to be an apprentice.
So at first, when I told them that I wanted to do an apprenticeship, they were a little hesitant. They felt like all they had known was the traditional path of going to university, and that was the secure path for me. And they were very reluctant to allow me to sign up for an apprenticeship, and they weren't as supportive at first. But eventually, we got to a compromise. They said I had to do a degree apprenticeship, so I said, okay, I'll sign up for just degree apprenticeships. And throughout the entire process, as I started moving on to different stages, like the psychometric tests and the interview stages, and as they started to do their research on apprenticeships, I felt like they become so much more supportive. When I finally got my apprenticeship, they were ecstatic. They even took me out to dinner on that day, which was so nice. I just feel like if it comes to parents, I feel like you should give them time, because a lot of degree apprenticeships are new, especially for my parents. I mean, my parents are immigrants, so they believe in, we come to a country, you get your education at university, get a degree, that's all. And I feel like it can take them some time, some research to fully understand the opportunities apprenticeships can offer. So I would say be patient with your parents, give them resources that they can fully understand what you're getting into. And I feel like if your parents love you, they'll support you.
Yeah. Absolutely. And I think it's really important, I think the piece you've just said there, because we do find that a lot of students, their parents have seen this traditional route and they want them to go down that. But at the end of the day, you are still getting a degree from a top university through this program that you're doing. So that's definitely something to raise. So I'm pleased that they've come around.
Me too. I'm really happy.
I'm really happy that they're as proud of you as they should be, because, yeah, it's a tough market out there. So, yeah, that's really positive.